Hey guys, welcome back to the live recaps and reactions Win Atlanta Garden Party. I am with a special guest today, okay? I was really excited because my sister, she came to the party and this was really one of those moments because we were celebrating my birthday, we were having a garden party for the community. I kind of like did a double whammy on y'all. But I want y'all to meet my sister and she's going to tell you how she experienced it for herself for the first time, networking, getting in community, talking to other powerful women, who are out there just promoting and doing things, moving and shaking, including my mom. So we're going to talk about that today. But first of all, just introduce yourself, sis. Let everybody know who you are.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm extremely excited to be here. That's first and foremost. My name is Jada. I'm Lil Sis. I'm currently working on a few projects, so I'm a future owner of a couple of businesses. I'm also a mother and full-time employee. So, I have various things going on. But most of all, I'm happy that I was able to go to the event, get inspired by a lot of other women in the community. So it's very exciting. Very happy to be here.
I was excited that you came. That was one of my highlights because, running business and doing all that stuff, but then being able to share it with family, I thought that was so special. And you brought my niece, so I was like really
Yes.
excited.
And that was my first event that I went to of yours. So I got to see you, doing your thing, got to see a little bit behind the scenes. So it was like intriguing to see you, in your flow of work. Cause I'm always seeing
Yeah.
you at home, girl, and I see you doing your business, but like being at the actual event, it was really cool.
That's awesome to hear. So, because perspective is everything. And I think that that is big, especially for family members, because you know how we always talk about how we want the support and we want family to understand what we're doing. But I think it speaks volumes what you said about being able to see it outside of the home and like, oh, that's what you, okay, I see what you're doing. So I'm glad you came out and you were able to experience it. Now, did that inspire you to do more with what you're doing with your business? Like,
I
did you
mean,
meet connections that made you feel
ultimately,
like,
ultimately, yes, definitely inspired. I mean, to be fair, I'm here again on screen. Okay, still going, still doing stuff. So definitely inspiring. Definitely something new for me. So I'm learning to be comfortable in discomfort and doing things like this. Um, but ultimately, I definitely want to support you in everything that you do. So, 3 stars. Three stars. I love it.
I love it too. So you mentioned something too about like when you're coming out to events, you are looking for people who are like you, right? Like people who are maybe, have similar interests in the same age range, people who are maybe in your same race, culture, all these things matter, right? Like we talk about it. But it's also important to be in diverse spaces where maybe they aren't all the same, you know what I'm saying? And so how did you feel? Because I think we had like three different demographics of generations there, right? And as women entrepreneurs, I always say that we always learn from each other.
Right.
Like think about mom showed up. How did you feel about mom starting her brand at the event?
That was super funny to see because she looked like a giddy little kid, like showing off her baby. It was really fun to see her get even more excited about her project, and definitely seeing her taking the action was really exciting. I think she had a grand time. I think she, fulfilled her purpose in being there. So that was really fun. I'm excited for her.
Yeah, I am too. And so, when did you play the game? Did you play it with everybody?
So I didn't play it. Well, I have played the game. I
Okay.
didn't play it at the function, but I have played the game. I have been a little bit behind the scenes with her on, her creating everything. So I definitely can see the progress. I can see everything coming into fruition. She's been doing this, planning this for a long time. So it's good
Yeah, right?
like a little bit of the outcome, yeah. And even seeing other people's reactions to the game was really fun. Because I think mom was a little nervous. She didn't really know. She's always gonna feel like, oh, it's not ready, it's not ready. But
Yeah.
people were still appreciating what she did put out there, and that's really the whole thing is that she even put it out there. So I think it was a win,
It
definitely.
was definitely a win, okay?
Win
Uh,
audience.
and so I just love this for us, right? Because we get to see progress, growth, and one thing that we do and when we create safe spaces.
Mhm.
So I love the fact that the space was intimate. We can kind of see like if somebody was nervous, like, it's okay because we've all been there. Like that's not new. So it's amazing. So I want to ask you a little bit about like what was the highlight for you at the event because there was like a couple of things that were going on. We had vendors, we had speakers, we had people that were just doing live demonstrations, putting hands in dirt.
Mhm.
What was your highest? What's the thing that really resonated for you?
Um, Definitely. I wish I could remember her name at the moment, but it's okay. I'm still learning names. But the author of the two books, specifically the book with affirmations. That's
Quran.
yes, the affirmations. I don't want to call her the affirmation lady, but
She's the affirmation whisperer.
yes, affirmation whisperer. Her presentation was really nice, really informative, especially the book about the children's affirmations. That was really interesting because I have a 3-year old, as you know. And I do my best, as you know, to speak positive into her and like, teach her the right things. But what was interesting was the book that she curated. It was a guidance book, but it was also like an interactive book. So it was more focused on teaching parents how to come up with their own affirmations for their children, which I thought was spectacular because, every home is different. Everything doesn't work for everybody. So having that information on how to learn as a parent, how to do that in a better way, that was like really good information for me. So I was really intrigued by that.
Dang, I would not have thought that that would have been a highlight. And it's funny because Karan came. Shout out to Karan, y'all. Karan's been in the community before the community, really. She started out with just doing rooms on Clubhouse with affirmations, where she was speaking life into herself and other people. And then we saw the evolution. We see when
Yeah.
you're networking and when we're doing our business. Then she wrote a book, and then she became an Amazon bestseller, #1 bestseller. And we're like, okay.
Yeah,
I
I
have a
remember even when Clubhouse was big, big, big. Everyone was on Clubhouse.
Mhm.
I remember you being up 6 a.m. in those
Still
affirmations,
today, baby.
girl, waking me up, but I didn't care because I was getting it into, listening to what was being said. So I do remember the seed that was sown. So yeah, it was good to see her live and in person.
Girl, it's a beautiful thing. And one thing that I will say, because I want to plug this, because Karan is coming on a live most likely tomorrow morning, guys. So Jada, my sister here, sissy, she's just amazing at supporting me in everything I do, y'all. That's just what we do. And and so when she came to the garden party and brought my niece, the highlight for her was one of our WIN members, Karan. She actually came and brought her book and talked about it. And I have a signed copy of the Rediscovered book. But I know that for children, it's important to start young to affirm yourself. Like, why wait until you're adult? So she has books for children. She creates affirmations for you that are curated to what your experience is today. And one of the guests, which was Cortina. I don't know if you met Cortina there, but I work with Cortina, right? So she does taxes and travel. And she walked up to Karan and said, "Do you know that my therapist gave me your book?" I was like, whoa.
That's crazy.
Yo, therapists are out here buying your stuff, yo.
Yeah.
So you never know like what you're gonna be able to do for people, like the impact that you make. Just put it out there.
Right.
So I love that that resonated the most for you. Was there anything there that you felt like made you uncomfortable? Because I think you was talking about like I walked in and I was like, whoa, like
Well, to be fair, I was
to
late.
be
So
honest.
yeah,
No, I'm
to be
playing.
honest, shout out to mom. I was late, so I didn't expect to just come in. I
Yeah.
knew I personally know myself, and I knew I was going to be a little uncomfortable, but I was more focused on connection and like trying to see where I can make connections. It was a little hard for me because honestly, I'm a shy person. I really am a shy person. I mean, I'm outgoing, but I'm also shy. Um, and I'm still learning myself. So sometimes I can be interested in something that someone else has going on, but I don't really know in myself how to make that connection with them. So that
Mhm.
was probably the only uncomfortable part, was seeing everyone kind of connect with each other, and me not really knowing how to connect in the places that I could. But I gave myself grace because this was my first event, and I'm still learning everyone. So I just took in as much information as I could, and I still had a really great time. So
Yes, that's all that matters. I
yes.
love your perspective because the truth is, we're all going to be nervous walking into rooms where we don't know people. We're always going to feel challenged, even when we have practice. Like, I've been in places where y'all, I prepared to be in the room.
Mm.
And, then you go in and you start to network and you're like, why am I feeling like this? Like,
Yeah, right.
so yeah, so shout out to you for really coming through, making sure that you showed up for yourself, because that's what networking is about. I think it's such a vibe to really understand like I am here and I belong here in the room.
Mhm.
And we had an amazing time. I mean, I learned a lot. I didn't put my hands in any dirt, but I will say that I feel like we did go from that seed, right? Like I don't know y'all, and I don't know exactly what this is all about as far as like planting those ideas. And a lot of us grew, like even now, like just talking about the experiences that came out of it. Cortina linked up with someone and started doing their taxes, and now she's planning her travel for the next W.I.N conference. And it's like things just bursted out
Right, right.
from that day. And so we always have to stay connected and continue to collaborate. Was there anyone that you felt like you resonated with the most that you wanted to connect with, like
Um,
vibing?
Again, still learning names, but what was it? The Poison Bar?
Nikki.
Nikki, yes.
Nikki's a vibe. Yeah.
Nikki's a vibe. I loved her idea. I loved everything that she had going on. Because I'm a bartender and I eventually want to have my own mobile bar business. So that was one internal connection again that I really wanted to make. But just her whole idea, the whole aesthetic behind it, the passion and the purpose behind it, it was all like in alignment, and I just loved everything she had going on. So I wish I was able to tell her that, but she'll see the live. She'll see it.
Nikki will definitely see this live, and
Oh,
can you hear me, Jada? No, girl. Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hold on, Jesus. Can you hear me, Jada? No? Jesus. Now? Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna try this one more time. Can you hear me or oh my gosh. Nothing. Oh my God. Just 1 second. What about now? Okay, listen, it's not working. It's broken. So I can't do anything